Michael Chandler has a chance at revenge this Saturday, UFC 309, on the co-main event of John Jones versus Stipe Miocic. He takes on Charles Olivera for the second time in his career. So from what I've been seeing, I think a lot of people are very confident that Olivera is going to do the same thing, finish Michael Chandler and beat him for a second time. But I think a little differently. I've been seeing the shape of Michael Chandler recently. Although he has been out for a while, that's either good or bad. It could work negatively, could come in, very sporadic and get caught by Olivera early. Or since he's been through a lot of wars, he comes back replenished, looks better than ever. Granted, he is in his late 30s, but I think overall Chandler's always in the gym, whether it's the MMA gym or, lifting weights. He's a very healthy athlete, and I think that goes a long way. You see it with these older guys like in boxing, Better BF and Crawford. They're older, but they stay healthy and they could go longer in their career than expected. But besides that, the first bout was very competitive. Chandler did well going to the body and landing shots up top. And that's one aspect that I think Chandler could implement again. Targeting the body, bringing Oliveira's hands down, dropping the guard, and then he can start going up top, landing his big shots and hurting Oliveira. But when it comes to the straight shots to the body from Chandler, he has to disguise it with the jab. Because in the first fight, Olivera was stepping in with knees and missing by a small margin. Those knees could be another target for Olivera again. If Michael Chandler throws naked body shots, he just has to make sure that he disguises it because I think Olivera could time him with those knees. Another aspect I think that could be a little underrated is the leg kicks. Chandler actually has very good, powerful leg kicks, but once again, he has to disguise it. Chandler, just like Olivera, they like to throw naked big shots without disguising it behind a feint or a jab, and that gets these guys caught. So I do think leg kicks could set up his shots to the head as well. The big factor for me is Olivera most likely is going to be on the back foot. I know as of recent, he likes to put these guys on the back foot while he's on the front foot and he puts the pressure, the typical Olivera style. But I feel against Chandler, he knows that the power is a little different. So I see him working off the back foot at times, and that's where Chandler's going to have his most success. Olivera off the back foot, he always moves in straight lines. He doesn't take angles, and that's how he gets caught all the time. He got caught by Dustin Poirier. He got caught by Chandler himself. He got caught by Justin Gaethje. He stays on the center line, or he evades in a straight line, and he's gotten tagged for that numerous of times and hurt. But also off the back foot, I still see Chandler having success. Although Olivera is very dangerous on his front foot, he has a lot of weapons. He can hurt you with knees, elbows, punches, kicks. Everything that Olivera lands is going to hurt you. He does have flaws. He falls into shots. He throws very naked shots. He rarely works behind a jab. So I could also see Chandler implementing his famous straight right. That's his best punch. Oliveira's going to fall into those, and that can hurt him as well. Olivera, he's always been one of those guys that keeps his head on the center line. That's never going to change. He doesn't have head movement, and he gets tagged. And Chandler is one of the rare guys that can follow Olivera down to the ground as soon as he hurts him. A lot of guys are scared too. Islam was one of the only guys that followed him to the ground. Chandler can as well. He did it in the first fight. And although I know Chandler got submitted by Dustin Poirier, that was the first time in his career he was submitted. In Bellator, he fought a lot of good jiu-jitsu players. Chandler has always had very, very good defensive grappling, and he fights the hands very well. We've seen it in the first Olivera fight. Olivera had his back. And 95% of the time, Olivera is going to finish you if he has your back with the body triangle. Michael Chandler was able to survive. He fought the hands. He reversed Olivera, and he put nasty ground and pound on him. So I don't think Chandler is necessarily, frightened by the ground game of Olivera. And he was so close to finishing him in the first fight. It depends who the ref is. Some refs would have stopped that. But aside from the grappling and wrestling aspect, I don't really see it going too much there. Unless Olivera catches Chandler with a big punch or a kick, puts him down, and then goes for the rear naked choke or the guillotine, Darce choke, whatever he's going to go for. I can see that. But for the most part, I don't see Chandler shooting on him. And I don't see Olivera trying to work the clinch too much unless he's working like a tie plum with elbows and knees. So this should take place mostly on the feet. And the deficiencies of Olivera on the front foot and the back foot, I think Chandler's going to have more success than he did in the first fight. He just has to stay composed. I don't think he should be necessarily very aggressive. I actually think he should be a little reserved in the beginning. Just let the shots come to him. Olivera is going to eventually explode with a big shot. That's how he got caught by Islam Makhachev. He threw a naked flying knee, and he got caught with the right hook. Or he's eventually going to commit to a punch. And that's where Chandler could counter off the back foot with a straight right. Also wanted to mention Charles Oliveira's high guard. His hand placement is kind of terrible. If you look, he always has his hands kind of tight together towards the middle of his forehead. So I can see Chandler wrapping around with the hooks and landing towards the ear, the equilibrium area, or he can actually target uppercuts as well. Being the smaller opponent coming up with the uppercuts. Another aspect I don't really like on the Oliveira side is his eyesight. He's had issues with his eyesight in the past. I saw like in 2022, I think it was, he got an operation and he said his vision is 100% now. But I still have like speculation because when he's on the backfield with his high guard, it's like he can't really see what the shot coming. The straight shots always get through or shots down the middle. Like not even punches. Armin Saryukin landed a fucking axe kick down the middle. Like I don't know how he didn't see that coming. It's kind of weird. So I do think that his eyesight is not like the best because of like sketchy moments like that. I just think eventually the fight's gonna turn into a car crash like the last time, and it's gonna be a battle of attrition. They both have questionable chins. Charles Oliveira has a better recovery. This fight is actually very close for me. When the fight was announced, I was leaning towards Oliveira, of course, but looking more into it, I think Chandler has a very, very good chance. And I also like the aspect that they both fought each other, so Chandler's gonna be very comfortable.
Que le- que- que-